Dear colleagues, dear friends, we welcome you on behalf of I.Sikorsky Kyiv Polytechnic Institute. From our side, the participants of today's event are the team of the 4BIS project, which is implemented as a part of the activities of the BSUN. Let me, as a representative of education and science of Ukraine, express some my thoughts regarding the current situation around Ukraine and the prospects for Ukrainian-Romanian cooperation at this stage. Every war ends in peace. Having defended their right to live in their own sovereign state, the Ukrainian people will return to a peaceful life. It will be necessary to rebuild the country. Some region will have to literally rise from the ruins. Naturally, it will be necessary to build a new, efficient, modern country with an economy focused on science-intensive industries with high standards of innovation. In this area, close cooperation between industrial and high-tech companies of Ukraine and Romania will be very important. At the same time, we will revive Ukrainian traditions. We will preserve our national culture and restore our real history and not invented in Moscow. All this will require people who must have a high education, know the current trends in technology development, be aware of the latest scientific discoveries, be able to cooperate with foreign colleges and communicate in foreign languages. They will need special knowledge and skills in their field, as well as an interdisciplinary approach and understanding of the relationship between different disciplines, technologies, and practices. These future builders of a renewed Ukraine need to be prepared today, which is why we try so hard to keep our traditional strong scientific schools at universities, in particular at the I.Sikorsky Kyiv Polytechnic Institute. On the other hand, we need to deepen cooperation with international, especially European scholars and scientists. Cooperation between Ukraine and Romania in this area is traditional, extremely important, and very desirable at a new stage of the restoration of Ukraine. Now, higher education and scientific research in Ukraine continues. During the war, Ukraine did not stop training specialists. Training continues also not in the usual format. Both the armed forces and industry need competent specialists. The economy of Ukraine, which the invader is trying to destroy, must function in wartime conditions. Ukrainian specialists and engineers, I believe, now conduct more special research than before because it's necessary to quickly respond to the needs of our national defense. After all, science is an integral part of the security and defense of the state. The war proved that not only soldiers on the battlefield can win a war, but also advanced technology engineers and scientists in the field of electronics, computer science, new materials, or mechanics. Our enemy is very upset when we receive supplies of modern, effective weapons from our Western partners. We are grateful, but to win, we need even more new types of systems of modern weapons, especially heavy weapons. Our armed forces successfully use domestic samples of advanced weapons, such as the Stugna anti-tank missile system, the Neptune anti-ship missile, which sent the Moscow missile cruiser, the Spectator drone, and others. Now, in the 21st century, a war between civilizations is taking place in Europe. People must realize that this war is not only a war between Russia and Ukraine, it's a war between civilizations. a war between the modern civilization of the 21st century, the driving force of which is human progress, and the archaic civilization, the essence of which is the long-forgotten imperial model of the 19th century, which consists in the occupation of foreign territories and the enslavement of other peoples. Previously, Russia only talked about this mission. Now it's trying to impose a new world order, its own ideological imperative, law of force. At the same time, when Russia asks the world for special treatment, it rejects all norms of international law and traditions of coexistence and resorts to crimes against humanity. This war has already drawn many countries into its orbit. Russia is using a hybrid form of aggression against Europe, blackmailing countries for energy supplies, threatening to starve many countries in Africa and Middle East, and supporting far-right and far-left European parties. This, in turn, causes a migration crisis and contributes to the growth of terrorism and other horrific phenomena. Education, science, and technology should be a priority in today's world. Ukraine wants to be a sovereign state to keep within its borders the territory that historically belongs to it. To achieve this goal, the main priority for Ukrainian society should be the development of advanced technologies based on science and advanced education. We see how this governance model works in countries where all technologically advanced and innovative areas have political support and motivation. For countries that must constantly defend their independence, such as Israel, South Korea, Singapore, and some others, advanced education, the latest technology, and breakthrough scientific solutions are the highest political and governmental priorities. The development of advanced education and science should also be one of the highest priority of Ukrainian politics. After all, by creating highly intelligent products and protecting intellectual property, we will provide jobs and ensure GDP growth. Instead of exporting raw materials, according to the formula, grow grain, sell grain, we will offer high-tech products with high added value. In this way, the country will become both safer and richer. We will no other choice. This is the lesson of this war, which should be learned by managers at all levels, from the heads of scientific research institutions and industrial enterprises to the highest political leadership of the state. Ukrainians and Romanians share a border of 900 kilometers. Both nations are united by the Orthodox religion and culture. They are connected by the Black Sea. They are close to each other in terms of social structure, everyday life, and folk art, and have lived peacefully side by side for centuries. As an EU member state, Romania is in a more advantageous position, using community resources and the opportunity to become an instrument of EU's Black Sea policy. Such a situation expands the possibilities of international interaction between Ukraine and Romania, both at the regional and pan-European levels. This applies to such areas as the development of democracy and improvement of economic cooperation, regional cross-border links, fishery and maritime tourism, energy security, and other areas. It's necessary to use all opportunities for cooperation in order to increase the interest of Romania and the EU in Ukraine as one of the main European partners. An important step towards this cooperation is the CoBIDS project, in which our university has the honor to participate. Why is this project so important for us? First, we have the necessary specialists. Secondly, we have resources and tools. With a 10-year history of startup acceleration and holding the annual Sikorsky Challenge Festival of innovative projects, our specialists know exactly how to work with entrepreneurships and investors, including those in the blue economy sector. And thirdly, we are motivated. It's expected that the CoBIDS project will strengthen the innovating potential of small and medium-sized business in Ukraine, thereby contributing to the recovery of our country's economy after the war. In this difficult time, there is no more inspiring goal for us than this one. Good luck and fruitful work to all of us. Thank you for your attention.